Hello dear friends, my name is Pavel Smutny and this is my next video about secrets of ancient times, and this is from my visit of Dendera Temple in Egypt, which I had done in 2019 in January. You can see this Dendera Temple. It is quite close next to River Nile. So you see here this temple. This is temple of goddess Hathor. This part is quite new, only 2100 years old or so. Here are also Roman remains, Roman parts of this temple complex, but underground part of temple and some indoor parts are very probably much older, much older. Probably what is underground is from the times 12,000 years ago, or we don't know exactly, but it looks so. It is closer view. Okay, you can see it here. My daughter was right there. This is also close to this temple. You can see here how those blocks, stone blocks, were connected. Yes. So it was fit together very precisely, and it hold it very fast. Many columns from other temples are there. The Roman part. This is the rest of the front part of temple. Some statues. Here we see some findings what were done next to this place. So part of columns, probably Hathor's heads, which were on the top of columns. This wall is probably from Roman time. Busted statue, also typical for this site. And now it is closer look, front part, front door. So here are persons. So temple is also quite big. I'm here. And now we are here inside. Very nice columns and walls which are full of hieroglyphs of nice paintings which were restored also and are very colorful. Especially very nice paintings or reliefs are on the top, on the ceiling of this part of temple. Signs of flying. Do you see? Okay. One row. And here we have also on the top of this temple also so-called Denderas Zodiac in a linear form. So I show you. It's close to that zodiac, and maybe the best depictions are here. So why is it zodiac? So you can see here constellations. What kind of constellations? What are on zodiac? See, the first statue is this bull. It's Taurus. Yes, constellation Taurus. We have here, for example, Gemini, Taurus, and here is Ram. Okay, Aries. Okay, and if are here Gemini, here should be Cancer, but we see that these linear zodiacs go somehow such way, and here is something like Sun or Comet with head of Hathor. So here was big change. When that change happened? Somewhere during constellation of Cancer. Okay, sorry, so very nice made was it. Also here is it visible again this photo Hathor head, but it's overturned. Yes, here is Sun or something like Comet. Yes, some sort of change. Okay, here are what we see. Gemini, here should be Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, Aries, fishes. Do you see fishes? Yes, here are fishes. Okay, so it's clearly visible that this is zodiac in linear form. So very many nice depictions, photos. What I had seen there, very interesting, many signs of flying, okay, like vulture, and here is some sort like some vehicle for alliance for gods. This is typical depiction. Okay, sometimes there are depicted also kings or pharaohs or gods which are flying here on some such object. Yes, again we see wings, one wing, one second. There is sphere, or what is it? Cobra snakes. Okay. Some part of this temple was under reconstruction in that time when I was there, but maybe now it's in even better state. This looks very interesting, like some people were going on that concrete. Yes. Here we see many glyphs, hieroglyphs. This is indoor and back part of this main part of this temple. And we are now going to this back part and to the underground. Interesting heads are holding something, some writings, and here are some shrines, door part of buildings. What we see is in back part. This was used for various astronomical measurements, yes, for days, for months, and this was actually observatory too. Dendera Temple was observatory, okay? Don't forget it. So this was used for measurements from persons were somewhere here, and these columns were very exactly placed so that they were able to do precise measurements within a year, like solstice or equinoxes or what was needed. Here are some details of those columns. Yes, again, head of Hathor, some writings. Okay, here person is also showing on this. Okay, how it was used for astronomy, this local guide. And also in this part, okay, many rooms are there, and very interesting hieroglyphs. And we are now here on the place where was on the ceiling, one ceiling on one room was placed Dendera Zodiac. Now it's only copy there. Original is in Louvre in Paris. But I had done such photos. Maybe here is one better, or this is quite good. What we see here is this zodiac, and we see here constellations. Yes, for example, what you see there, so Lion, Twins, Gemini, Taurus, Ram, Fishes, Aquarius, and other constellations. And here is Cancer, and somehow is outside, so some sort. Here's Cancer, Scorpio, Libra is here. Okay, you see Libra is here. Virgo, and there are many interesting stories inside, incorporated to these objects. Here is not so visible, better it's visible on that copy which is in Louvre, or on colored copy where we see much more. But we see that here is big change. But other very interesting thing is that we see here statue, which statue is statue of hippo, looks like hippo. Hippo is also placed on Senmut astronomical map on that second sailing, and it's sign of southern sky, not north. Nearly everybody was speaking from those scholars like Bauer or other, yes, that this is actually, or these are actually constellations of northern circumpolar constellation, but not. These are, I found very exactly, it copies constellations which are south circumpolar constellation, like Tucan, Pavo, Triangulum, and here is this octant. You can see on sky or map of sky of Sat globe, and you see exact that it looks so. Tucan, Pavo, Triangulum, octant, and they, and also those other constellations very copy very exactly what is on the south circumpolar sky. When we look from Australia, Southern Africa, we see. So probably this was done when Earth was overturned, or I don't know, or shifted, or maybe somewhere in Africa, in South Africa, and after it was placed to Dendera, which is the northern hemisphere, or northern hemisphere. It's not so probably. More probably is such fact that it was done, that maybe not this, but original from this one, in time when Earth was overturned or shifted, so that we from this part of globe had seen actually those southern circumpolar stars. So Earth was overturned. Yes. We can go another place. Here is it again. Okay. Again we see Tucan Pavo Triangulum Octant. Okay. So I had to lie on the floor, and such way I had done those photos. Oh, these look quite nicely. But here is not so visible, yes. Here are another depictions on the ceilings, but also statue of Hathor with this is head, this is body, but not restored. They were damaged by flame or by some sort of torches when they used oil or wood for burning. So it looks that it was quite overheated on some part also. Maybe it was so old or was overheated, yes, with quite high temperature. That red color, it shows that it was overheated. Also here we see. What is black, maybe it's from fumes after burning, but what is red, it means more that it was overheated. No, now we can, or we were going downstairs, to the downstairs part of this temple, also very nicely decorated. Many interesting signs. Hieroglyphs. Oh, here are some carvings from modern time. Okay. Now we are going downstairs. What we see, for example, here. What we see here, maybe it looks like some sort of mass spectrograph or mass device which can divide various sorts of, for example, metals or liquids, yes, like mass detector, mass spectrograph. Okay, unusual, but there were found in floors in Dendera some rest of or after galvanization. So they made also probably process of galvanization for various metal statues or various jars and so on. So probably they use some technological device. So galvanization is possible to do when we have electricity. Okay, so device for that, maybe for galvanization. Yes. Okay. When we use electromagnetic field, so we can easily divide various sort of metals or other materials. Okay. Here we have that famous Denderas bulb, one of those bulbs which are depicted over there. Okay, what does it look like? This that big part. Maybe here is better visible. Also, this bulb, yes, So we have this bulb, okay, quite big. Inside it's something like wire, like we have from wolfram wire, but it looks like snake. But it's not actually snake, but eel. Eel is a fish which produces electricity. That electricity can kill other fishes, yes, and probably they used it from this reason, that eel, that it means that they used electricity here. This is wire, this is like some sort of connector, yes, and another wire which goes to some box, okay, from which box the electricity goes to bulb and makes lightning. And we have light, okay. Another interesting carvings. Also we have here the picture carving where are those bulbs, even two. Here is nicely visible some sort of isolator. We use some such in such form ceramic isolators, insulators in such forms in the modern times too. Maybe like jet depiction, but actually this is isolator for isolating this big bulb from the earth. Yes. Here we see cables which go to the box. Here is also cable. Maybe this is preparation for this process of making these bulbs, okay? So he is holding that wire, okay, and this connecting stick or cable or what is it? Also here. And what we have, for example, here we have also statue which uses some sort of connectors or contacts, like when some medicine doctor is doing masters of heart, of when we use contacts for batteries, okay, plus, minus, so we use some such sort of contacts. And another sign that electricity was used here, okay? So here it's visible, okay, these are two bulbs. Also here. So interesting is that this part of building is not with that black tar on surface. It looks that it was overburnt with high temperature, but it wasn't damaged by tar or by some soot, okay? So they used electricity, so without soot or without tar or some such material, okay? Here's again this device, so this is main part. Maybe here is some sort of, or are some coils with electromagnetic field, and we can use it for division of various materials, yes? For gold, silver, copper, and so on. This is interesting. This looks like some flower or propeller, some device. And these are all glyphs. What were there looks to be much more. When we see on these glyphs, we see that these bulbs or these are very precisely done, without mistakes, okay? So we don't see there mistakes, or we can compare it with another, which are much newer, and we see that these were done more precisely. It was done more complicated to the hard stone, and done such style of work, to do such style of work is quite not easy work. Yes. we see that it wasn't carved, what is quite easy, but what is done another way probably. Yes. We see that these statues are going out from material, were not carved to the material. Another part of this temple. So I made a lot of photos within this my, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours long visit of this temple. Also when we look on these stairs, so it's visible the many persons were there inside within ages. When we look on these glyphs, or not paintings but carvings, so we see they were carved, yes. But what is on the ground, it was done another more complicated, more precise way. What we see here again, this what looks like sun, okay? But I think it's not sun, it looks more like comet, okay? So when happened that event, what is depicted as on Dendera Zodiac, that overturning in Cancer, so some body was close to us, which looked like comet, not like sun with a rose, but like with tail. Here's detail. So this part was damaged, and here we see small stars. It means that it's on the sky. Okay. Also Hathor is here, somehow other way depicted. Maybe, no, it looks so, okay. And that body also, like Nut, is here depicted. Another interesting, maybe these were carved out, so not suitable paintings for particular ruler, we don't know for which of them. This temple was used also for various sorts of healing, for meditation. So we see it in next part. Here we see also other part of that linear Dendera Zodiac. This is Nut's statue. Okay. What do we see here? For example, this is Scorpio, Libra. Sagittarius. Okay. Here's better is Scorpio with tail, poison. Libra. There was something what means that something also happened. Should be, when here is Libra, here should be a Virgo, Leo, Capricorn, Archer, Sagittarius, okay, Capricorn, and here are also the statue of that Hippo, and many other interesting depictions also under this linear zodiac. So this is sailing in front part. Here we see Leo, okay, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, it should be Leo. Another very nice photo and very nice sailing is it actually. Many other photos I had done of this sailing, and here are some statues, maybe gods or stars, which are ascending, but it's overturned to the higher level, to the spirituality, or maybe there is also astronomical meaning of cycles which last 1,000 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. It looks like one precession cycle is depicted there. Now we go outside, so it's a big part of temple. It's the Cleopatra's temple, or they are calling so. And here see Cleopatra with Caesarion, which was killed. Okay, who was killed in Roman time when Cleopatra was ruler of Egypt also. In time of Caesar and after it Octavian's Augustus. Another interesting places, which here is one well which is going downstairs. We see also how precisely were tied those stones and connected together, so to prevent to move during earthquakes. So it was done very precisely, and those builders were quite good. Okay, so it goes downstairs to the level of Nile. We can see it's inside, but dark. No good photos. Also another like arch, or what is it? Like shrine for meditation, for praying. Here is something like which looks like big swimming pool. Here are stairs to swimming pool or garden. We don't know how exactly was in particular time used, but for swimming pool is it very suitable, or for court, for playing games. Very nice. Also visible that those stairs were used quite a lot. Another like shrine. Small temple. Here it's very nice with gods, Cleopatra, with Caesarion. What we see here, it was for meditation, for healing, especially for healing was this done. It's a very good place for healing. Also something what is shining with tail, Hathor. And we here see also another depiction of bulbs in that back part of temple. Yes. Also here is this electric bulb, yes. Isolator, wire, cable, okay. And here is somebody which is bringing some material, or we don't know what exactly, so it's not clearly visible. Okay, again, such photo, again bulb, isolator, wire, connector, cable, adapter in the place for healing, and other photos from those smaller temples which are around. So thank you very much for your attention. Maybe next my video would be about Giza Plateau, about those megalithic temples, pyramids and technologies what were used over there. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye. Here was Pavel Smutny and video, well, not video but presentation from photos from my last visit in 2019 in January. Thank you again very much. Bye.